at all. I mean, and I have to say, I'd much rather be here listening to Sprayers laugh, because that is like the most natural, completely uncontrived laugh I think I've ever heard in my entire life. It's amazing. It's exactly the kind of laugh we love to get at the Comedy Booby Trap. That's what this is, Comedy Booby Trap. I do this, I try and do it on Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Oh, yeah, rough as toast. Is toast rough? Actually, I tell you what, toast, right? Don't give me any whole meal toast. Give me whole grain. That's roughness. You like a bit of roughness, don't you, Triana, Tammy? You like it a bit rough? You like it a bit rough around the edges? No? Yes? No? We're not sure. This is my Comedy Booby Trap, right? What I do is I take 5 thoughts from my day and I try, hard as I can, to spin them into comedy gold. Now, this is now my 176th Comedy Booby Trap. There's been highs, there's been lows. It's been going on more than a year. I'm trying to make it funny. Often the best lines come from the audience. Kayla, Stephen, Penguin in Chicago. Riff off me. They get the laughs. It's all, it's about living the dream together, isn't it, Stephen? It's about living the dream together. As long as we're together, it doesn't really matter if I'm funny or not, does it? Does it? Tell me it's not, but it doesn't matter. Tell me it doesn't matter. Yes, that was indeed my entire goal. With the rest of you, I couldn't give a fuck. But if Stephen is entertained, I can sell my children into captivity or whatever it is that I do. I'm not sure. Yes. But there we go. Say again, Blair. What's that? 1299992? You love it. Oh, I love it too. I love you. That is my New Year's resolution, to love everybody. God, it's hard. I tell you, it's hard. If you ever tried loving everybody, Kayla, it's just difficult to get round everybody and love them all, each individually, bring them all to orgasm. It takes time, Triana, Tammy, doesn't it, to bring everyone to orgasm? How do you bring everyone to orgasm? You look like me, really. I have that effect on people. You are human. Well, it looks like Lucifer and Rufus Toast are giving each other orgasms. Are you an easy orgasmer, Rufus Toast? Do you find it easy to reach climax?
Rufus Toast just literally looks at my nipples and I'm done.
Okay, right. There we go. Rufus Toast licking Reese's nipple. But again, anybody who is a combination of Reese's Pieces and the Lord Lucifer, I think that licking Lucifer's nipples, isn't it? That's what you call doing Molly, isn't it? Licking Lucifer's nipples, and that's what the kids now, when they're MDMA, it's a bit of licking the Lucifer nipple. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so basically, this is me turning my mind inside out and seeing what happens. I must say, what an extraordinarily attractive group of avatars we have assembled here today. Kayla and Stephen, obviously, king and queen of the Super Bowl, as ever. But, you've got Silly Woodchuck, 8. Triana, Tammy, both with a very similar top, bit embarrassing, but I love that top. You could be twins, separated at birth, clearly. It's all looking good. It's like I'm being surrounded. It's like I'm on a catwalk, isn't it? Look at this fashion show of models and beautiful personalities and people. If only I should really let you talk, but I'm not going to, because it's going to be 5 thoughts from my day that I pick out, and science. How has science been in 2024? I feel like, has Trump overturned science and said it should be something different? Is there a new Trumpishness that is a replacement for science? What do you think? More Trump, more science, less Trump, more science. How's it going to go? Science 2024.
Less Trump, more science.
Who said no? Who said that? Was that Blair? It was Blair. Blair, not a fan of the Trump, but a fan of the science. What's your favorite kind of science, Blair? What kind of science do you really love?
Technology.
Technology. Who doesn't love a bit of technology? Well, you would say that being in VR, the whole thing. If we didn't have technology, where would we be? Where would we be like Curious Sea Lion 87? Are you a fan of sea lions? Do you like sea lion? Do you like SeaWorld? Have you seen a sea lion? Have you brought a sea lion to orgasm? Have you? Is that what we call it? Licking the devil of the sea lion's nipples, just however every which way you go. I don't know what I say. I don't know what I'm saying. I should start. I don't want to talk about filming is fucking boring. I tell you, I really missed being here at Comedy Booby Trap on Monday. Yes, and I want to touch you too. I do. Yes, let's hands up. Yeah, whatever. Try not to bring. You're bringing a sea lion to orgasm at this point. Okay, well, I probably shouldn't talk about orgasming sea lions, should I? No. Okay, don't touch me. Don't touch me. No. I don't want to be cancelled again. No. But what I say is, doing this is so much more fun. Like, basically, if I got a director telling me what to do, saying that, do that again with feeling, do that again less badly. Why are you trying to punch me, you fuck? This, I just don't need a director. Well, I can be here directing self-direction. That's what Kayla, what do you like a bit of self-direction? Can you take direction from yourself? No. A difficult study. You're an independent thinker. That's what you are. You're an independent, strong woman. You're not going to be directed by anybody, even yourself. There you go. It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, okay, right. First thought of the day. I think January was badly designed. Anybody else? I think we need to send it back. Like, if you received, don't you think, Stephen, if you received January from Amazon, you'd send it back saying this was damaged, not fit for purpose, wouldn't you? But now basically you're just like, you're making it rain. You're taking big baths in big loads of cash, your big executive bubble pit. You're like, whoa, money. I love it. Basically, it's just, is every day, January, February, doesn't matter. Stephen's world is just like explosions of cash out of your ass. Is that what's happening? Everyone feels like it's one endless day after another. Are there highs? Are there lows? What is it like in Stephen's world? We all want to know. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. It's a beautiful thing. You know, you've sort of cut yourself off there. I don't know. The outside world. It's bloody. Somebody was agreeing with me. January badly designed. Big thing today, silly wood chugging, was my testicles were really cold. I don't know what it was. I forgot to get the hot water bottle in the morning that, tries to heat yourself. And maybe I'm also getting older, that they're starting to dangle down. I think they're a bit further away. Are you finding this, Stephen, as you get older, that the lads are a bit further, a bit closer to the ground? Not that issue. Still young and firm, and just sort of they suck themselves back up easily. I think this is the thing. Kel, obviously the testicles can be reabsorbed into the body. In situations of shock. It's just what. Depending on the temperature or what. I think it can be quite a shock when it kind of goes in. I'm finding at the moment. I mean, do you know what I'm talking about, Silly Book? The old testicles. We've all got them. We testicles. I mean, I'm told that women have testicles, like in spirit. Yeah,
I don't have them, but I've seen them. Yeah, they're not pretty.
See them, but do you know you have? But as a woman, you have spirit testicles. You have. Obviously, you don't have physical testicles like the men in the room, but you have spirit testicles. Science has really nice testicles. Well, I mean, the spirit testicles or physical testicles, I think either way, they can get cold if they're hanging too far down. I mean, this is January, I would say, very, very badly designed. Aging, also not good. I feel like, if humans could hibernate through February. But, I mean, Steve, are you not affected by the cold? I mean, you're there, I believe, in Hertfordshire, but you just got a very, very nicely insulated house that prevents your testicles from getting too cold? No, you're living rough in the fields. You're out in the fields, and just like the sort of huge energy of your genius is like keeping you warm. And like basically, there's like an entire power station and infrastructure being built around you. Then you're feeding all of the homes and heating them through your energy, radiating love. It's like making Hertfordshire tick. Is that what's happening? No, okay. Well, I mean, it could have been. Go on, Reese. What's wrap up? You wrap up warm, do you think? What's that?
It's like when you put a word into an AI generator and you just generate something.
That's right. It's exactly like that. It's just like that. That's AI is just like my brain. I basically I feed words into my head, and they come. This is an interesting thing, Christopher. Is like ever since I've been very little, I've been able to hook my brain directly up to my mouth, or indeed to a pen, or into anything, and just talk bullshit. It's like talk about verbal diarrhea. It just goes on and on and on and on. I think it's. Word vomit, yes. Indeed. I mean, it is basically like I can't just stop. It's like I'm repeating on myself. It's like I've got a brain bug, a brain virus that causes the words just to like. How much caffeine do you think I've had today, Science 2024?
About 200 milligrams.
No, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. I mean, we'll have a lot of green tea, but it doesn't really have caffeine in it, does it? No, I'm completely on decaf coffee. Say again.
I said maybe it's ADHD or something, Like that.
Well, some people do say that I have AD.
There you go.
HD. No, I don't believe in AD. What is it again? No, anyway, right. So look, what was I saying? January. I think January very badly designed. Really, we should be hibernating. But let's meet Panksy 100. It's like, have you panksed 99 others, and you've got that 100th in there, and you're like, whoa! I'm now are you the king of the Panksies? What is a Panksy when it's at home?
Always to go. That's just my name. It's just my surname.
It's just your name. Is it sort of like, because if you put, is your first name, if your first name was Steve, you're going to be S. Panksy Spanksy. It's like I'll give you 100 Spanksies. And people will pay good money for 100 Spanksies, I believe. The going rate, I believe, is about $50.
Yeah.
Sorry, say again, Panks.
Yeah, no, fine. You sound like Michael McIntyre. That's what I'm thinking right here.
Do I sound like Michael McIntyre? Goodness me. Yes, I am inspired by Michael McIntyre. Michael McIntyre? Michael McIntyre. Some people really dislike him. Actually, my comedy mentor, I wouldn't say who it is a really, apparently, I mean, I think he's had some run-ins with Michael McIntyre. I mean, it's not, I think within the comedian community, he's maybe, but I mean, Mandraw, absolutely fantastic. Oh, he does a great thing about the testicles. About testicles in the bath? He talks about Michael McIntyre talks about the low-hanging testicles. Have you know that bit that he does about the low-hanging testicles?
No.
What it is, he talks about how British people, we get into baths, don't we? And it's like, it's very, very hot. And your legs, is this too hot? And then you basically sort of squat down. And, if you're an older gentleman like we are, obviously I'm having a bath with Michael McIntyre, we're both completely naked. And we're both sort of drooping together. And the thing is then, is you're sitting down, the first thing that goes in to the water is the testicle. That's how you're testing the temperature. And he talks about, well, wouldn't it be strange if that's how you tested the temperature of water generally? It's like, this cup of tea's a bit hot. Well, we'll see. Anyway, it's really funny when he does it. But I was going to say more spanking. I mean, it's like, are you a big fan of this? Do you like being spanked in the bedrooms?
No, mate, no.
Not a fan.
No, it's just my surname is.
It's your surname. Just a surname. No, absolutely. I don't mean normative determinism, terrible thing. I mean, I'm not. I haven't really tried it. I mean, I think we've established that Stephen and Kayla, you both like spanking, don't you? That's one of your kind of. I think we talked about it before, didn't we? That you're both fans of the old Spanksy. No. Well, okay. See, again, this is all very. I've led a very sheltered life. I've never choked anybody. I've never been choked. Well, actually, I was choked in a park one time by a paedophile, but that's another story. No, anyway. So, but Panksy, you're very, very welcome. You might not realize this at the beginning. This is my comedy booby trap. I come in here many nights of the week, and I just take 5 thoughts from my day, and I try hard as I can to spin them in a comedy gold. It's not Michael McIntyre. It's not even really comedy, but we do get Kayla talking stuff about choking, and that's why we're all here. So it's good. All right. So actually, a nice segue into my second thought though. That basically comedy is my brain training activity. It's my. You see, anybody else seen these ads on your phone? It says like, this neurologist is begging you to use the special game thing for over 60. You must use this to train you. Anybody getting these ads? Is it just me? Anybody else seeing these ads on their phone? Maybe just me. Maybe I'm the one losing it. But there's sort of, I think there's this idea, right, that you can maybe ward off Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or whatever if you kind of like do some of these like sort of mental activities like Sudoku. Anybody heard this? Am I just talking out my ass? I mean, I'm talking out my ass. But what I'm saying, like,
I've seen them as well.
the kind of thing. And I feel as if for me, like doing the comedy is the brain training activity. It's like, so actually the last. Oh, what's that? Sorry, go second. Exercise your brain, exactly. Right, yeah. So last night, to exercise my brain, I went up and I emceed an entire comedy night, and I took up no material whatsoever. I did no preparation. Usually what I do is I prepare a list of all the different things that I might sort of try and riff and whatever. And I was like, no, partly because I'd been filming this comedy sketches all Monday, and I hadn't had time to prepare. And I went up there with nothing. And it's funny what people will laugh at. And silly woodchuck, what people will laugh at. I'm just calling them pedophiles or whatever. That's hack. That's whatever. But there was this thing, and there was a woman in the audience. And she had a master's degree in human rights. And I asked her, Kayla, I said, what is the most important human right? And she said, I think probably the right to life. And I said, is it? And everybody laughed. And I don't know why they laughed. I mean, it was obviously you've not laughed. I mean, I guess you had to be there. But it's like, was it the tone of voice? What was it? I mean, Kayla's laughed at me pointing out there wasn't a laugh at that. I mean, it's a meta laugh that I've got from that. So it's worked. And then she's got a second laugh from the meta laugh. And we're doing a kind of infinite recursion. It's like when you have Zoom screen share and it shares its own thing and it's got this infinite recursion going backwards and forwards. What is it all mean? I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, actually, the other thing was that I was doing this or whatever, and I was just sort of riffing and making stuff up. And we started talking about, families, and this woman had gone to Italy and come back, and like I'd gone to and I started talking about my life story about how I went to live in Japan, how I met my wife there, and how I went to Hawaii, and all my 3 boys were born in Hawaii in Kapiolani Medical Center, which is where Barack Obama was born, if you believe those sort of stories. And that got a really big laugh, and I didn't understand. And then, but we are getting a laugh there, and maybe it's just a little bit delayed in VR, the delay for you to put that piece together. But it's not very topical, obviously. Barack Obama, many, but it's like this sort of thing. And then I was sort of going, and then the set collapsed, and it all went a bit quiet, a bit like now. And then I was like trying to say, but let's remember the early times where we had that big laugh where I talked about is the most important human right life. And then on the stage in the moment, I couldn't remember what I'd said that got the other laugh with the Barack Obama stuff. And that's what I'm saying about the brain training activity, is basically these kind of callbacks, as you'll all know, being connoisseurs of comedy. It's all about calling back to the earlier things and bringing it up and mixing it up, whatever. And if your brain's not working, you can't do it, can you, Hef? Can you? Hef, man, look at also. I think you've been in before. You are looking absolutely fantastic. Just everyone, let's have a big round of applause for Hef. Goodness me, come on, Hef. Look, and actually, as an audience, you are fucking awesome. I was saying how attractive you all are, what perfect people you are. Come on, let's all have a big round of applause for all of you beautiful people patronising the Scenic Club, patronising Stephen. Don't patronise the Scenic Club, but don't patronise it. You know what I'm saying? Patronise it, but don't patronise it. Yeah, come on, more energy, more. Yes, come on, give me yourself on, audience. Oh my goodness, how much coke am I on? None. I'm not on coke at all. People say I'm on coke. I'm not on. There's none. I'm not really doing any coke at all. You know, not on a Tuesday. Anyway, no. But what is it? Oh, no, but it's Wednesday, isn't it? Okay. So look. Okay. Right. Third thought of the day. I've given up porn. Right. Any fans of porn in? Anyone like a bit of porn? Like a bit of porn? Anybody? Let's have a hand. It's Shadow Muskrat. Couple. Porn.
I was just scratching my head.
You're charging your head. No, not really. I mean, VR porn. Goodness me. Like the other day, you know, back when I was looking at porn, you know, it's like really 3D. I mean, you know, one of the guys turns around, almost had my eye out. I mean, right? Are we all doing the VR? Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, particularly with these, like, you know, well hung. I mean, they always look a bit small, these guys in the porn to me. But anyway, but still, even though, you know, you get out close. But has everybody tried out the old VR porn? I mean, all of you guys, I guess your guys are coming in as gamers. That's gamers. No, you came in for the porn, didn't you? It was first for the porn, wasn't it? I mean, it is. But I know I've like, so we've got some fans of. I've just completely given up the porn. Because I've given up masturbating. And it's a bit of a touchy topic, but I mean, and I'm not saying that anybody, this is not a religious thing. I think if you enjoy masturbating, please do it. I've spent many, many happy years masturbating, but I've just found if I kind of keep it all inside, you know, it really comes out in my comedy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you remember, basically back when I started doing comedy, I was regularly masturbating, you know. Goodness me, it's very sexually stimulating when I get hit by those pythons. No, is it a python? No, it's not a python. It's a shuriken, that's right. Oh, could we have actually, snakes, maybe you could have a next stage shuriken. You could have a python on this table.
I'm terrified of
throwing snakes. You could throw a snake at the comedian. I don't know what that's called anyway. But no, I want to make you all feel, I hope you all do feel very comfortable masturbating. I think it's a very important, healthy thing. But what I've realized is that my sex life gets total, if I basically don't allow myself to let off steam in between actual sexual encounters, I find the whole sex life is incredibly supercharged. Has anybody else tried this? Not masturbating? Anybody? Or is it we just can't resist ourselves? I mean, you are all very attractive people. I mean,
can't
if I was
help
all
but
of you,
look around. I want to see if anybody's acknowledging.
I'm doing it right now.
So you're masturbating. So I mean, but maybe you're all masturbating right now. I mean, which is absolutely fine. I mean, basically, I do have that effect on people. You know, you're only human. I mean, you see me and you kind of want to touch yourself, but that's no. But what I'm saying, has anybody tried like this? They do call it. I mean, keep laughing, Silly, which is a lovely laugh, and I'm absolutely.
You're making me laugh. I can't help it.
Yeah, well, I love it. I'm making people laugh. It's like tickling. You know, did your mother do that to you? Did your mother used to tickle you, like, but actually not tickle you? She'd like kind of like come and go, ooh, but not actually touch you, and you'd start to laugh, and you couldn't breathe. Oh god, it's great stuff. But I'm just trying to establish. Has anybody else tried this? They call it no. Has anybody tried the no masturbation thing intentionally? I mean, not anybody. Not because someone tied your arms behind you. No, nobody tried it. I mean, give it a try for like I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? Because, you know, we're all such sexy, gorgeous people and we just want to make sweet, sweet love to ourselves. But I'm just, you know, actually, partly I'm struggling towards like this thought. Back when I used to watch porn and I was a big, I mean, goodness me, I just do love the female form. I'm terribly old fashioned. I'm heterosexual. So boring. God. But yeah, do love the female form. But it is, you know, you do wonder about where this porn is being created. You know what I'm talking about? Oh God, have I, oh bloody hell. I usually record myself and I got so excited. I mean, there was some fucking comedy gold in there and I hate it. Are we recording this, Steve? Is it going to YouTube? Fantastic! Oh, good lord! I'm so pleased because, like, who would want to miss that absolute the highs and lows of all that bullshit that I was on? Goodness me! Because you think you're having fun now. Oh, when I listen back to myself, oh my god, I love it so much. I really do love the sound of my own voice. I'm sorry, I'm such a fucking narcissist. But, okay, I'm trying to drag myself towards the end of my third thought, which is about I do. It sometimes comes back to me. I do remember one, and this was like a 2D porn thing, and it was a lovely young lady. She was so excited to be on camera. And she was sort of like in a swimsuit and getting her kit off, and she was and just jiggling her, jiggling the old memories or whatever. And she was so happy and excited about it. I was just thinking, how much coke is she on? Just do you ever find yourself when you're watching the porn, you start to be a bit concerned about the people involved? Like, are they looking after themselves? Are they being treated nicely by their employer? It's you do start to worry. You do start to worry. Okay. Well, goodness me, we've got shadowy muskrat in there. Is that a scent? I mean, shadowy muskrat. That feels like you could bottle that and sell it. Is it available in the in Boots?
That's the default username. It's not available.
It's a default. Is it a default username? I think you mate, get the domain name, brand it out, get the trademark, mate. That is fucking shadowy muskrat. I mean, wouldn't you want to get up close and personal, Kayla, with a man who was like sort of slathered in shadowy muskrat? Wouldn't you? How could you resist? Yeah, somebody like really slathered in like I say, in boots. Like, I mean, this is, and I don't mean the chemist boots. I mean actually in boots. I think it should be sold in a boot, right? You should basically put the shadowy muskrat as a kind of like sort of gelatinous fluid that you would sort of fill the boot with, and then sort of droop it all over you. But did you wear a lot of perfume, shadowy muskrat, or do you just you rely on your natural olfactory senses to sort of generate stuff out of sweat glands?
Perfumes for the ladies.
Is it? Now, yeah. I think is that not a bit sexist? I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of perfumes. Well, I mean, do you put other
cologne,
kind of
cologne for men?
Okay. Is it a naming thing? Cologne. What about Lynx body spray? Lynx Africa? Are you a Lynx Africa man? What do you like to spray on your armpits?
A Lynx Africa? No, I've never heard of it. What do you spray on yours?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it's sorry. In the UK, they brand it as Lynx because
Axe after you turn 13. No more Axe.
Do you? Yeah. No. I mean, it's interesting. But what do you use now? Do you roll on? I mean, what are you using to like deal with the shadowy muskrat smell that you have under your arms?
I use Dove.
You use Dove.
Yeah,
I mean, what I find is really difficult to get the smell out of the feathers. I mean, I have been, we call them pigeons here in the UK. I rub them so heavily into my armpits, but I do feel it's a bit of animal cruelty. So, I mean, just consider, where are you ethically sourcing your doves? Are they organic? Are they organically farmed? Do you think?
I don't know.
Well, this is the problem. I think people are not taking the interest about where the animals that they're using with their self-grooming are coming from. It's a serious problem. Go on, Silly Woodchuck. You were going to make an important comment, and I want to make space for it. Go on.
I was gonna say I think we know why he smells like a shadowy muskrat.
Is that because he's let the
if he's rubbing his pits with doves, I mean it could happen.
Well, the thing is, what you shouldn't do, right? Don't stick the doves in your pants. I mean, basically, if you've got a couple of dead pigeons in your pants, it's gonna smell. I think you got ethically, you got to put them in the recycling. I think that there are good compost services. Yeah, it's good. Well, since we're talking about animals, I've got an interesting. Here's my fourth thought of the day. Wimajig is here. Yeah, animals. She's not an animal. She's an amazing, beautiful queen of the universe. But here's a question for you, Wimajig. Do you think that cows would drink human breast milk?
No.
Oh,
those shadowy muskrats.
Well, if you've ever seen a cow's udder, they kind of like they have the long nipples. I think if like the titties were long enough, if the woman was on, Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of actually attaching the calf directly to the human female, but now you mention it, it's an interesting idea. I was just thinking, you sort of you pumped and expressed some breast milk, and then you fed it, because I mentioned this. I mentioned this because on a podcast the other day they were sort of talking about how basically like milk, as in cow's milk. Which anybody here still drink cow's milk? Anybody drinking the cow's milk?
Yeah.
Anybody? Yeah, cow's milk, which is no. There you go. I mean, I used to drink cow's milk. I just found it started to, as I got older, a bit disagreeing, and I've switched over to coconut milk. So I'm a big fan of the old coconut milk. God, coconut titties. So lovely. A lovely bunch of coconut. What's that, Risa? What kind of milk do you like? Do you milk yourself regularly? So, what kind of milk do you like? You're a dairy man? You're a coconut? Oats?
Oats.
Oat milk. Oats. Yes.
I like
yes.
oat
All
milk.
the.
Yeah, I like oat
I
milk.
think oat milk is fun. I mean, the thing is, I don't really want my tea to taste like porridge. You know, that's the thing. I think I want a Tropicana, coconut,
Oh, you like
coconut.
oat?
Anyway,
No,
okay,
no,
but right.
no.
I'm glad
Sometimes
that we're
I
all
like
coming
to milk
together.
my- Sometimes
you
I like to milk
basically-
my,
When you
cats,
ejaculate, you ejaculate oats. That is strange. Yeah, no, I see a doctor.
you
You'll
milk
probably
a cow,
there's
Greg?
cream you can get for that. But no,
Can
I
you
was
milk
sort of what am I saying? I'm saying so on the podcast, right? Again, focus on me. On the podcast, what they were saying is that milk was basically it's like high growth liquid for calves. It's like to help calves. I mean, it sort of stands to reason that it is. And they were sort of saying like, or isn't it? It's kind of unnatural, isn't it, to be feeding humans this kind of like calf growth liquid? It seems sort of strange. And you know, and they were saying like, oh, well, cows wouldn't drink human breast milk. And I'm kind of, wouldn't they? I mean, you know, I kind of feel that if you got a big, you know, that like the cow's not going to like go, oh, I'm sorry, I only want oat. You know, I mean, are there any cows that are busy doing non-dairy? I mean, that would sort of be not ethical for them. I mean, how do you think the cows feel about the oat milk, Silly Woodchuck?
They probably don't like that we're drinking oat milk. They probably feel bad.
They might do. I mean, again, no one's really asked the cows. And this is the problem with podcasts is people make a lot of statements like this about, oh, cows wouldn't drink human breast milk. But then, you know, as Wimaging rightly points out, you know, if the breast was sufficiently long enough, I mean, they really do need an incredibly long teeth, don't you? So, have you breastfed a calf in your time, Wimaging? I know you've had a long and varied life.
I have not. I mean, I did grow up on a farm. But no, I did not.
Okay.
Ever.
Well, something for the bucket list. Yeah, you know, it's like, I mean, you'll need a big bucket, obviously, to express the milk and get it to... There we go. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I mean, I liked how that started. It's sort of, I mean, again, the image of Wimaging suckling a calf, it's one I'll take to my grave.
Well, you
So,
started
yeah, but
your
who we got?
comedy show talking about callbacks. I was hoping you weren't going to have a callback for the breast milk and your porn stuff, because that was going to get real strange. So.
Is it? Yeah. Are you a fan? Are you a fan of the cow porn? Have you seen this new cow porn?
No,
I think,
but I thought that's where you were
kids are
going
really...
with it.
Oh,
Mate,
no.
yeah, I have. The key thing to realize about the comedy booby trap is I have no fucking idea where I'm going with it. I don't know what I'm going to. This is the thing. I mean, I have to ask consent from my comedy audience because I really have no idea what I'm going to say until I'm here. It's like basically it just comes out. But what have we got going on there? We've got, I'm not going to want to, you know, pull more. We've got Clarky, Nino, and Barajo. It's a couple of, are you kids? Hey, Barajust Jojo 13. That's an interesting name. Is that like Swedish? You're going to come in and say hello to the comedy booby trap where we like take 5 or 6 thoughts from our day and go, ooh, no, you can stand on the edge. That's fine. We've got, I'm trying to, oh, but Silly Woodchuck 8. So like, you know, you were saying that you liked oat milk. What's your favorite food? What's the food that you look forward to the most? What do you absolutely love? What's your favorite food?
Lobster or steak?
Lobster or steak. Oh, possibly even combined a bit of surf and turf. Surf
The
and
best.
turf. Yeah. I think basically if you are surfing on a longboard and you've got a bit of steak and a lobster, that's the best place to eat them. That's where you're going to get the full taste of those things. Yeah, it's surf and turf steak. So I mean, I guess yeah. And how do you feel about? So you're not a vegan then. You're not a vegan. You're busy eating. If it moves, if it's got feelings, if it cries, you want it on your plate. Is that the way it goes?
Yes.
Yes. You want it to suffer. Do you want it to suffer, or you want it to have a nice life?
No, I just want the steak and the lobster. I don't want anybody to suffer, but I'm sorry for their luck, you know? That's the way it was designed. Okay, that's the way it goes.
Well, this is the thing I want to say to I don't know if there's any vegetarians in. Everything dies. Yeah, any vegetarians? Everything dies. I mean, you know, like the lobsters and the steaks that Silly Woodchuck is chowing on. It's not like they're going to live forever.
Sorry, any vegetarians.
They're not going to live forever, are they? I mean, you know, like, and when you think, this is the thing. When I look at my aging relatives, I think, would they rather have this, like, you know, this slow decay, you know, losing their mind, their physical factors, or would they rather have been eaten at 35? I mean, you know, it's like, how would you prefer that, Stephen? You know, would you rather be slaughtered for your meat at about 40, or you know, just like live into a sort of decrepit old age? Well, how would you prefer it? Okay, all right. So nobody eating Stephen unless you know, and unless it's
Come
like
on,
sort of
man. You got some better jokes. I'm definitely not.
Mate, I've got no jokes, mate. This is what this is. See, I come in here multiple nights
It's
and
a
I do my
stand-up
comedy booby trap.
MC, and you don't have no jokes. Why the fuck
That's
are you
right.
on the mic?
It's like, whoa, because I fucking can be, man. I can do what I want.
My
Please,
bad.
disrespect me,
I didn't
man.
mean no disrespect. But no,
No,
for
but
real,
this is
man.
really-
I
wait,
need,
listen,
I
with
need,
respect,
I
because
need a hard
I
laugh. I really need you to tell
You
me
need
a
a
joke.
hard laugh, mate. Like, just like have a look at your avatar. Look at your knees. That's a fucking hard laugh. Oh my goodness, look at the outfit. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. There you go. You need a hard laugh, mate. I tell you what. Look, I tell you, there's a bit of a disgusting situation the other day. Have you got kids? Have you got kids?
No.
No kids. I've got kids. Other day, I walked
Feel
in
bad
on
for
my
you.
son. I walked in on my. This is really disgusting. I walked in on my son while I was
I do not want to
masturbating.
hear this. I do not want to hear this.
Oh
Okay,
no!
well, yeah.
What-
He missed the hard laugh. He
No,
walks
that
out
was
on the
funny.
punchline. He walks out. There,
That
man,
was
ask for
funny.
a hard laugh. It's, what are you going to do? Okay. Well, talking about young people, let's go on to my fifth thought of the day, which is these young people. They're all into the gym. Have you noticed? Basically, when I was young, we all got paralytic in the pubs, right? We just drunk ourselves into oblivion.
Yeah.
These days, the young people, they're not drinking so much. The fucking the brewing industry is like, what are we going to do? It's that they're all going to the gyms. Anybody here regular going to the gym, people? No, you're all in your VR. No gymming. No gymming. A bit of Shadow Muskrat at the gym. Yeah, you can get nice sense at the gym. But this is my kids, right? They're all signed up for the gym. They're all in there. But I think I've worked it out. I think the reason that they're going to the gym is so they can spend time on their phones. Right? It's just they're going. There's a bit of like lifting the weights, and then it's like ooh, TikTok, ooh, TikTok. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's all about. I mean, it's basically this year. One of my New Year's resolutions was to completely delete all of the social media apps from my phone, and I'm feeling a lot happier. Is anybody else like me addicted to social media? You're addicted to anybody? Addicted? No? Yes, true. Yeah. Scrolling. Yeah. No. What's your favorite thing to scroll through, Kayla? What do you like doing the little scrolling on? Instagram. Now, and is it the Instagram? Is it the stories or the reels, or which part? Is it or just all? It's like all of Instagram mixing up all the different things. Okay, and it's just yeah. And what does Instagram? Now, this is the interesting. What does Instagram show you? What is it? Because you know it's trying to feed you what you will stick on. So what is it kind of showing you? What are you seeing when you scroll? Is it all pictures of Stephen? Is it all pictures of Stephen? Like endless Stephen, like close-ups, different angles. No, okay, no, fair enough. So now you've blocked Stephen. What is it you're seeing?
Where is this?
What do you see? Go on, Kayla. What are you seeing? Lactation stuff, right? Okay. You know, are you? Everybody knows that Kayla's got a newborn. Yes, for Kayla, a newborn. It's a beautiful addition to the world. Absolutely. And are you breastfeeding? I mean, no pressure. No pressure. Obviously, it's nothing. Yes, breastfeeding. Yes. Yeah, and so breastfeeding can be getting the newborn to latch on can be tricky. But I guess it's the second time around. Basically, is it been okay? Hasn't been any trouble. Men. Goodness me. I spend all my time trying to latch onto my wife's breasts, and she's not having any of it. I tell you, it's some of you, one of you. Okay, okay. Well, there we go. Goodness me. I think we're getting up. Have we got anybody else here? We've got and yeah, I think Triana Tammy. You were telling us that you had you a bit of a social media addict. What's your favorite? What's your social media poison of choice?
I'm drunk.
You're drunk. Yes. Okay. Well, just keeping it old school. Keeping it old school. Just drinking. Social media scrolling. No, I've restricted myself now. I only look at social media on the laptop. I've given it up on the phone, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's yeah. But I think we're going to end, on that kind of like, God, social media. What are we going to do? The world's in chaos. But Kayla is breastfeeding. Stephen is basically, powering Hertfordshire with his love. It's a beautiful world if you look for those little things. Let's reflect on what we learned in Comedy Booby Trap this evening. January was badly designed. It's far too cold for my testicles. What are we going to do? I think a reset. I'm going to send January back to Amazon and see if we can get a replacement month. Comedy is my brain training activity. I mean, I keep on forgetting to do this. I was able to do it before. It's like what as you'll notice the structure with Comedy Booby Trap. There's 5 thoughts of my day, and I try and grab the 5 also thoughts from the audience. And can I remember what they were? So we had Kayla on lactating Stephen. No, not lactating Stephen. We had breastfeeding Stephen. No, we had Kayla on lactating TikTok. And we had, what else did we do? We had Silly Woodchuck eating turf.
Stephen.
Eating Stephen steak when he basically wanted to be killed early, and I think we've established with Stephen, you'd like to be used for meat for the ladies. Yeah, no, that's understandable. And then, but see, my brain comes down. Can I remember the earlier interstitial things, the thing we talked about between January being badly designed and comedy brain training. It was maybe to do with Stephen's, love powering Hertfordshire. And what about porn? I don't know, but you see, that's my brain is not working. But anyway, the other things that we've learned that I've given up porn because I was concerned about how much coke the porn stars were on. I think we've definitely established that cows would drink human breast milk, especially if it's Wimagix. And young people are going to the gym just so they can spend time on their phones. It seems like the collapse of Western civilization to me. But there we go. That was your comedy booby trap. What a beautiful audience you've been. Let's give a huge round of applause for Stephen, the Scenic Club. Goodness me, he makes all of this possible. It is the adult daycare place. It's like what we do with our evenings. It's where we find our friends. It's a place where everybody knows your name because it's written over your head. There we go. And let's have another round of applause for yourself. What a beautiful audience you are. Yeah, you're right here. She's right there. We're all right here. And you can't escape from me or yourselves, what have you.
Hi.
There we go. Well, that's all wrapping up now. What day is it? It's Wednesday. I'll be back on Saturday. We've got the game show as well, have we, on Stephen, this Saturday? So there's a Minus for Reals with the Real Cash Prizes game show, which I'll be warming up for on Saturday. And if you're out I'm in London doing live comedy tomorrow night. Do check out Instagram.com/Tansaku. Come and see me doing live shows around the UK, and eventually I'll get to America, and then I'll take it by storm. If come let's be. All right, there we go. That was your comedy booby trap. Thank you very much. Good night. I'll be out for high fives in a moment.
Well done.